YouTube, what's going on with y'all boys, man? As you can see, I just got from work. Got the shirt tucked in, badge on my side right there. And this video is pretty self-explanatory. The title states that this would be me basically telling y'all how I got into IT with no job experience. So boom, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna just talk about three major things that I learned, kind of give you a little bit of experience, but three major things that I learned that I feel like can help y'all when it comes to getting into IT with little to no experience. Just to give y'all a little bit of background, I currently work in IT. I work as a IT support engineer. I'm a level 2. I just got the job in September. It's January, so that's what, about 4 to 5, 6 months or whatever. So I had the job for a minute, but before this job, I had an entry level job, and I had that job for about 2.5 to 3 months. And like I said in my last video, it was torture. So boom, as you can see, I am a student. I got the hoodie on right now, UNT. I am a student. I did go to UNT, and sadly, I graduated college with a computer science major, and I got the worst of it because like I said, and like y'all already know, job market is cooked, right? So boom, I'm gonna just get straight into it. If you do enjoy the video, if you do find it useful, go ahead and leave a like. If you do have any questions or anything that you want answered or anything else for me to make a YouTube video about, go ahead and just comment or DM my Instagram. I'll answer whatever questions you have. This video idea actually came from someone that DM'd me. He was asking me how does he think I should get in, how I think, or some tips on how he can get into IT. So boom, videos mainly to him, but to anyone else that wants to know. First thing I'm gonna talk about is the resume, right? These are things that I learned personally. Then again, I'm not a professional. Things that I learned as a college student with basically no experience in IT, getting into IT, and then, yeah. I think I kind of know what I'm doing because I am a level 2 support engineer, and it wasn't easy to get the job. So hopefully give y'all some tips to help y'all out. So boom, resume. Some things that I learned about my resume, man. When I was applying for jobs, my resume was like really amateur. Like it sucked. It looked like I typed it up in Word, used one of the templates and sent it in, which was a horrible idea. I had people denying my application left to right. Whenever y'all do get y'all resume or start your resume off, of course, go ahead and type it up a little bit, but then make sure you got someone to look over it or someone to kind of send you their resume. Like that's what I do. I send out my resume to all my buddies who are professional resume. I say, hey, use mine. Just take my name and my stuff out of it and put in your stuff. Looks very professional, you know, whoop-de-whoop. But that's a big thing, man. Make sure your resume is visually pleasing. I had talked to a vice president when I was applying to jobs too. He was like, you know, sometimes people try and force their resume to be 1 page. If it is 2 pages, I like to think that's fine. Mine ended up being 2 pages when I got both my jobs. And when I tried to smush it down to 1 page, I was just getting rejected left and right. Like I said, it was just super sloppy. So make sure that's a big thing right there. Another thing I'll talk about is the key skills. Whenever you list the list of skills right there, let me tell y'all this right now, what I did. And you can either take my advice or you don't have to. I ain't never messed with Active Directory or anything before. And like, yeah, I'm a computer science major, but we all know them degrees really don't be helping too much. I mean, they give you like school smarts, but when you're doing the job, you gotta have a little bit of common sense. I've never used Active Directory, rarely used Excel. I mean, my major was mainly focused on like data analyzing, project managing, coding, and I was going into the support field. So I had stuff like Active Directory. I put both of the major ticketing systems on it, AYS, At Your Service, Freshservice, or ServiceNow. And I went ahead and did my research on these things so that when they do ask me questions about it, I'll be very knowledgeable on it. I also did little courses on them. Not courses, but I mean, I just watched YouTube videos, learned how to navigate around it. Just so if they did ask me any questions, I sounded a little bit competent, right? So boom, that's another thing. Add some skills in there. Don't be afraid to add some that you, I'm not saying lie, but I'm saying like Make sure you know what you're putting down there. And if you don't know what you're putting down there, put something down that you want to learn and then teach yourself it so that you can, you have that, you know how to navigate around the ticket systems like how I did or whatever. Boom. Don't lie on your resume. I mean, and then also a big thing that I see my buddies doing that I had to tell them about was that when you make your resume, man, and you're applying to these jobs, of course, if you're trying to get into tech, you got the entry level jobs, and the two main ones are data analysts, and then you have support specialist, level 1, or you can just say help desk, right? You have those jobs, and you want to kind of aim your resume towards those jobs, right? So keep in mind, I'm already knowing that I said little to no experience. I was in the Army, right? Or I am in the Army, and I was in the tech department of the Army in terms of like engineering tech, not cyber. So I kind of just made my resume all about that. I mean, if you've done a degree or if you're in process of getting your degree or if you did a certification, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, go ahead and drag that out, right? And then another big thing that people don't realize that sometimes helps them is that if you have experience in like hospitality, so serving or anything, I put my server experience on my resume when I got my first job. They saw it as I can help people. I know how to talk to people, calm their nerves down, make sure they ain't finna crash out in the restaurant, right? And boom, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that just goes into it. Make sure you just aim your resume at whatever you're applying for. Moving on to the next one. Like I said, I ain't trying to take up too much of y'all time. I already said this earlier. If you want to get into tech, my best recommendations and the ones I got the most hits on when I was applying is for data analyst or go for help desk. Jobs are gonna suck, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I only had my help desk job for 3 months. I was getting like 20, 22 an hour, right? And then boom, instantly went to my job now, which is where I'm getting salary and things like that, right? That being said, I mean, like, in my opinion, go for help desk. Easiest thing to do. Easiest thing to study up on. Easiest thing to learn when it comes to applying. A lot of jobs need help desk. I mean, a lot of them are searching overseas now, but, hopefully you can grab one of those. The interview, right? So people always get nervous on the interviews, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. Every time I got interviewed, I always knew what was coming. And let me tell you what I did for a little bit of advice if y'all want to use it or not. Before going into an interview one time, I had ChatGPT pulled up and I said, ChatGPT, I'm going in for an interview for a help desk job for da-da-da. What are some questions you think they'll ask me? So I kind of gave them the whole job description. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I tell you ChatGPT gave me so many questions and I was just studying I said, give me questions and answers, separate them, make them look neat. I was studying those questions and answers. I went in that interview, I knew everything I was talking about, man. And he asked so many other questions that ChatGPT were asking. But when it comes to jobs like that, if you want to go into the help desk, they're mainly asking questions on what would you do in this situation? Scenario questions. So things that people already know. If you've been a server or if you've helped people before, I mean, you know how to answer these questions. You want to make them calm, and you don't want to make them angry. So how are you going to do that, right? That's a big one. Study up on questions. Not only did I only study my car, though, don't take that too hard, but I had some friends already in help desk, or you can search them up online. They gave me questions that they had in their previous interviews, and I kind of kept it in my notes, and I always study it every night. And I mean, I was studying every night for like a month straight. So I was kind of, if you want it, you want it. I was kind of just, I was locked in. I wanted a tech job, right? Because I just got to college. I'm not trying to sit there on my ass. So I wanted it. So I went ahead and studied those questions every day for like 2 months straight, man. I was unemployed for 2 months after graduating. Two more big things about interview and I'll be gone. One big thing, another big thing I'll say, and another big thing, I don't know why I keep saying no, is you got to be good at explaining your experience, and you got to aim that experience towards the job. So let me give y'all an example if that doesn't make sense. I was in the Army and I was doing kind of tech stuff, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was not doing tech stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing civilian tech. So I kind of had to tell them what I kind of know from my computer science major, kind of manipulate it with my Army experience and say, this is how I applied it and this is how it could be useful to you. Things like that, right? So that's what I was doing, man. I was kind of just, I was good at explaining. I was good at, and even, my server job, I used to work at Pappadeaux as a server. Like my hospitality, I was telling them about that. They obviously didn't care until I brought up it's hospitality, and they were like, okay, we need people who know how to talk to people for help desk. Yes, you do, because you're gonna be on the phone. And boom, I just took that and ran with it. They always loved it. If y'all are wondering, I've had 4 interviews since college, and I've managed to grab 2 of the jobs. I've only had 2 jobs. This one I got now, I've kept it. I haven't been looking for a job since, but when I had my previous one, I went through 2 more interviews. So that's why I have 4 on my belt right now. I'm not gonna lie, this was a quick video. I kind of just wanted to throw a little bit of tips out there on how I did it. Hopefully answer some people's questions. Hopefully answer some questions from my friends. I didn't want to go too in depth because I plan on making more videos. Like I said, this is just the start. But yeah, ultimately, I feel like the goal for kids getting out of college, adults getting out of college, is to get a job. And especially whenever computer science, cybersecurity, even like there's data majors and everything like that. The goal is to get a job in that field. I'm telling y'all, man, that it's not easy. And I'm pretty sure you already know if you're watching this video. The job market is cooked. My best advice for that too, to be honest, if you know how to talk to someone and you know how to kind of like get on their good side and kind of relate to them in some type of way to where they actually like you and remember you after the interview, then you're going to get the job every time. One big thing that I did was every time I did an interview, it kind of looked like this, right? But behind me, it was at my desk over there. Behind me, I had all my painting my girlfriend did. I had my Xbox behind me, flat screen monitor. It was gamed up over there, right? And he was just like, "You play games?" Not grinding is insane, man. We started talking about Rocket League. So we both played Rocket League. Cool. Rocket League got me the job. I recommend y'all doing something. Unblurring your background. Stop blurring your background. I don't really like blurring if I'm on the screen, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see what's behind me. You're gonna see all that. Of course, unless you got some shit going on behind you. But other than that, I'll recommend unblurring it, bro. Put something on the TV or start a conversation about something, because they always join late or they join too early and then they're looking for something and then they just start, they want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. That's all my advice. I hope y'all did enjoy this video. It's very short but long video. I hope I did give y'all some useful tips. Please don't be scared to reach out to me. I had like 3 people DM me for my last video. I feel like more wanted to. Like I said, I'm gonna answer the DM for right now. But yeah, go ahead and DM me. I'll be sure to drop more videos. Till then, hope y'all did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you did enjoy. And I'll see y'all on my next one.